Hello, you don't even know my name, but I am happy you came by. No lessons learned, of course you're gonna leave as soon as you came across who I am not. This party sucks, I'm out of luck, and no one seems to get me here. They talk about some other stuff that I don't even wanna hear. The crazy part is that I didn't feel this
Hello.
way before I got here. I wanna be somebody, yeah, yeah. Hanging with somebody, yeah, yeah. Can I be somebody, dancing with somebody? I wanna be somebody, yeah.
Hey y'all, and welcome back to another video. Today's video, I'm going to be cleaning my house, getting things back in order. Yesterday was Labor Day, so my husband was home from work, the kids were home from school, and we spent all day outside in the pool and having a cookout. So the house got neglected. It is after Jackson's nap time. He's still in his pajamas. I'm about to get him dressed for the day. You found a cookie! A toy cookie from the toy kitchen. And I'm also going to be talking about a few life updates throughout this video and all that. So anyways, let's go ahead and get started.
Goodbye. The truth is I didn't even find your company that good. My lessons learned. Maybe I don't have to be around these people anymore. This party sucks, I'm out of luck. I don't know why I'm being here. They talk about some silly stuff. They even don't know if it's real. The crazy part is that I didn't feel this way before I got here. I wanna be somebody, yeah, yeah. Hanging with somebody, yeah, yeah. Can I be somebody, dancing with somebody? I wanna be somebody, yeah.
So it is important to know that it is okay to feel overwhelmed. We can cry, we can feel overwhelmed with our kids, but that doesn't mean we don't love them or don't appreciate them, because I love being a mom and I love having my kids. I love living life with them, but it's okay to feel overwhelmed with all the things that we do as moms. On Instagram, I talked about how my kids broke my couch, they broke my candlestick on my kitchen table, they drew on my tile floor with a blue marker, and they bit into my foam pumpkins. They spilled orange juice on my kitchen runner, all within a week, just 1 week. And I was told I need to appreciate my kids because some people are crying from losing their child or they can't have children. And while my heart goes out to those mamas, it makes my heart ache to think about that, but it doesn't change the fact that it is okay to feel overwhelmed without having to endure mom guilt. If you're feeling like me, like your house is trashed by your kids every day, despite your efforts to keep it clean, please know that you are not alone. This is just our chapter in motherhood right now, and it won't be this way forever.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. In one of my last videos, I shared Jackson's new Love Every box, and it came with this little sink, and you can turn it on and it has a little motor that sucks up the water, so it looks like the faucet really worked, and the kids have been absolutely loving it. They are obsessed with it. The batteries actually died, so here I'm just replacing the battery so Jackson can play with that, and when he's out on the front porch playing with that, I just turn my air off and I open my front door so that I can get the dishes done, get the kitchen clean while keeping an eye on him. And one thing I like to do after the morning when we're going into the afternoon time is to turn off the TV, take away any electronics. I do this on the weekends when all the kids are home. In the mornings when we all get up, everybody's allowed to have their tablets and we'll turn on cartoons. But in the afternoon up until the evening when it's time to just wind down and relax, I really don't like for the TV to be on. I don't like for everybody to just be sitting around on electronics. So I do limit my kids' electronic time because I think it's really important for them to be creative and active and not just sitting around on electronics are laying around in their beds all day on their tablets, so I do not allow that. So after the morning time, I just go ahead and turn off the TV, and while I'm getting some cleaning done, I just have Jackson out playing on the porch. And when I'm finished cleaning, we'll usually go outside for a little while. And I love to take Jackson outside in the morning when the air is cool, just like in the earlier part of the day before noon, and it just feels so nice outside before it gets to the hottest point of the day.
Tell me when it's over, I got someplace that I gotta be. It won't leave. My friends say, get out of your comfort zone, it's a blessing in disguise. Get out of what you call home, your name is written in the sky. It might feel just like you're on your own, but baby, it's another lie. Remember you were made. I try to work, but it doesn't work. I try to say something, but there's no word. I try to justify my actions, less reactions, heart beat raising. Oh, it doesn't work.
It broke! So one of my first life updates is going to be about my mom. So in one of my recent videos, I told y'all that my mom had cancer. She does still have the cancer as far as we think. So let me explain. So she had it in her nose and her ear. She has basal cancer, and it's a vicious cancer, but they scraped it off of her nose and they're telling her that it is gone on her nose, but she still had it on her ear. And at first they originally told her that it was a different kind of cancer on her ear than what was on her nose. So they treated it differently and they froze it off of her ear. But since it ended up being the basal cancer, they did a biopsy after the fact, after the opinion, and realized it was still basal cancer, the same that was on her nose. And y'all, these eggs came from my mother-in-law's farm. She has chickens, so she gave me some of her farm fresh eggs. So I'm going to go ahead and let those soak in some water. We're going to wash those off and store those away in the fridge. So as far as my mom's ear, they were originally going to do a wedge cut and then cut half of the top of her ear off, but the doctor wanted to try to save her ear, so he just scraped really deep trying to get that cancer out, and they sent it to the lab. Well, the results came back and we did not have promising news. The lab was not able to determine if they were able to get all of the cancer or not. They couldn't really tell. The goal right now is to hopefully let where they've already cut on her ear heal, and hopefully it starts to look better. And if it starts to look better and the cancer's gone, then that is a huge success. We personally do not think that they got it all, since they are unsure in the lab. And so if it doesn't heal and the cancer just keeps growing, and once you agitate the cancer, it just starts growing faster and more viciously. So if it starts to just grow and not heal, then they will have to end up doing the wedge cut. So I do appreciate everyone who has said a prayer for my mom, and I do thank y'all so much for the continued prayers. And of course, I will keep y'all updated in an upcoming video whenever we hear any news back, if they're going going to have to do the wedge cut or if she's going to be cancer free and get to keep her ear. I also told her that she needs to have a biopsy on her whole body and just make sure this cancer is gone for good.
But I rose up from the ground, just like I was spellbound. All the odds were against me. So I picked up the pace, and now I'm in the race. Give me some space. I'm a movement, and I ain't losing. Gonna go, 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 go. Like a bullet, won't take no bullshit. You should know, no, no, no. I'm about to explode.
The next life update is quite a victory for us. So where we were previously living, we had really bad mold conditions. If you guys have been following me along since then you know the deal. The trailer that we lived in, it was a double wide mobile home, and I made it beautiful inside, but underneath all that decor, the way that I decorated and the way that I kept it clean, underneath everything was incurable. In the walls there was black mold. Underneath the trailer was black and white mold. It was all in our vents. It was everywhere. We were surrounded by it, and there was nothing I could do about it. The whole place honestly needed to just be torn down and rebuilt. They did end up renting out our mobile home that we lived in for more than what we were paying, and they didn't make any changes, updates, or renovations to make it any better. So I'm so thankful that we are out of that home, but I'm so sad for the family that does live there, and I really hope that they are not having any issues. Some people are not allergic to mold. The mold never affected my husband, but it affected me. I had to use a nasal spray every single day. I had to take allergy pills daily. My kids would have to go on breathing treatments really often. Anytime they would get a little cold, it would always turn in way worse than it should. There were many days I spent crying and upset and just stuck, and there was nothing I could do about the situation. But if you're going through a situation like I went through, just know that time is change and you won't always be in this situation. Eventually you will get out of it, just like we did. The moment that really got me the most is when Jackson was an infant and he ended up going on a breathing treatment before he was even a year old. And I knew exactly why, because my 12-year-old Adeline, when she was 4 years old, about to start pre-K, we lived in a single wide trailer. This is way before YouTube. She's 12 now. This is back when she was 4 years old. And she ended up getting a cold. And anytime she would get sick at all, it always turned into bronchial pneumonia. And she always had to go on breathing treatments with albuterol. And it took weeks for her to get better. And then she always had a wheeze. And one day, the bronchial pneumonia was so bad that the breathing treatment was not helping her. So we ended up having to go to the hospital. She was hospitalized for 7 days on oxygen. And they would not let her go home until she was able to go all through the night without having to use the oxygen. So we tried the 6th night to go without oxygen so that we could go home the next day, but they ended up coming in the middle of the night and having to put the oxygen back in because her levels were dropping, and we ended up having to stay another night. So we ended up getting to go home on the 7th day. After a whole week in the hospital, she was able to go all night without that oxygen, and I know exactly what it was. It's mold. Black mold is nothing to play around with, you guys. So whenever we were living in the mobile home that we recently just lived in, and my baby started getting sick and he started going on breathing treatments, I just cried every time he got sick because I knew where that was headed. But I just wanted to share a victory. We have been mold free for a year. We moved into this home a year ago in September, and it is now September. So I just thank the good Lord for answering our prayers and finding us this beautiful home that I still cannot believe that we have. I look around and I'm just so thankful and so grateful that we were able to land a spot in this beautiful home. It is an older home, but I absolutely love everything about it, every single flaw that comes with it. But the update here is to let y'all know that none of us has been sick, and when my kids do get sick, or if any of us do get sick, it's just a little sniffle, it's just a little cold, and it never turns into breathing treatment or pneumonia or anything like it was. And I am so grateful for that. We have gone a year mold free, and we are all healthier than ever and feeling so much better.
So I've been told that I should fold
So I got the inside of the house clean, so now we're headed outside. Over the weekend, we had s'mores by the fire, and I had some little friends out here watching me. I do not do bugs, you guys. I am not one to be a fan of wanting to sit here and watch these bugs, but they were watching me. I had a little stick leg bug on my plant, and I had a grasshopper up there on the umbrella, and they were just watching me while I cleaned, so I just got out of the way and let them live there for a little while. But Jackson was playing with his toys in the yard while I was getting some cleaning done. My husband had just cut the grass over the weekend. It was Labor Day, so we were outside having a cookout and swimming, and before we did all that, he cut the grass to make sure that it was all ready for us, and we had a really, really good weekend. But I just went ahead and cleaned off my back porch and put our chairs and table back on there. We were using the table and the chairs for our s'mores and marshmallows. But I'm going to head back into the backyard before the kids get home because it is still so hot. We're having a sweaty September, y'all. It is in the upper 80s, and when the kids get home from school, they are going to want to come get in the pool. So I'm going to go ahead and clean off our pool area. I'm going to clean the table because they come out here and have snacks, and sometimes we'll eat dinner out here. I'm going to sweep off the deck. I'm going to fill up Jackson's water table so he can play with that while I get some cleaning done. I'm going to clean out the pool. There's dead bugs in the pool that I got to clean out. We have to do that every time before we get in the pool. And I'm going to go ahead and run the filter, run the pump, so it'll be all fresh and clean by the time the kids get home.
No, I don't have to say I'm sorry. I ain't staying in the background, no, 'cause I don't need your worry. I'm a movement and I ain't losing. Gonna go, 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 go. Like a bullet, won't take no bullshit. You should know now.
And now me and Jackson are going to head back in and cool off for a little bit and get him a snack. And I'm going to get some dinner started. So I like to go ahead and start dinner usually by 4 o'clock. I like to have it going. So I want to do something really easy tonight so that when the kids get home, it can just be cooking on the stove and in the oven while we're outside by the pool for a little while. So this is my lemon pepper chicken. So I just cut up 2 chicken breasts and I season that with some lemon pepper seasoning and some olive oil. And I'm going to put that in the oven for an hour on about 375. And then I have some baked beans in my little simmer pot. I'm just going to sit that on the stove and just put it on low. And it basically just heats up the beans and we can just eat them whenever we're ready. But this is the cutest little simmer pot. I got it from TJ Maxx. I think it was like $11 or $12, but it was so cute. It was the only one there, so I went ahead and snatched that up. I've had it for a while, and I usually use it when I'm just simmering some beans or some soup, and I love it. But anyways, we're headed outside now. All the kids are home. It's a gorgeous day, so I'm going to be checking my phone. I have an hour to sit outside with the kids until it's time to go in and get dinner out of the oven and eat. So as soon as we're finished out here by the pool, we're going to go in and start bath time, dinner, bedtime routines, and all that. I hope today's video motivated you to get up and get some things done around your house. I got so much done today, and it's such a good feeling at the end of the day when the house is clean and so much has been accomplished. But thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all, and I will see y'all in my next one.